Hello.
Hello. I saw on Yellow Pages that you were a taxi service.
Yeah, I'm not providing taxi service at this time. I'm already providing some other therapy service right now, so I'm kind of.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
So much fun.
Bye.
Bye. Where did she go? Did she lose me? I think she lost me. Oh. Oh. Oops. Oh, there. Sorry, I thought I lost you. That's all.
No,
Video
that's
calling
okay.
you to show where the place is.
That's
Well,
okay.
we were in Sandy. I couldn't find anything better. Come with me. Let's go. Well, we don't have a chair right now, but we can consider this pretty comfortable, right? You can have a seat if you want. Yeah, there you go. So, hello there, ma'am. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. So, can you tell me something about yourself?
Yeah, so my name's Bailey Drake. I'm a lieutenant with the sheriff's office. I'm also the warden over at Bolingbroke Prison. And I've been with the department since November, I think it was. And I really like my job. I really do. And I can't wait to get back. I guess I just need to figure out how to remember that criminals are just there to get under my skin and not, like, I guess just
Okay.
they're there to be annoying, and that's about it.
Yeah, I get that. People want to get under your skin so you can lose your senses at that moment. I totally get that. Okay, let's talk about what do you like to do when you want to chill?
Well, usually I'm not off shift. I'm either off shift or I'm either on duty or not in city. But when I'm not, if there is times like this that I'm not on duty and I am in city, I like to fish, which is what I was just doing. I like to I like to take my S class and go down to the casino racetrack and run it around there a few times. And I mean, really, that's about it.
Okay.
I like to hunt. I like to hunt too, but those murder kitties are dangerous.
I see. I see. Okay. And when you think about happiness, or when you gonna be happy, or when you are happy, what do you do in those moments? Like, do you go somewhere? Do you like to say something, watch something? What do you like to do?
When I'm happy,
Yeah.
I mean, when I'm happy, you can tell when I'm happy because I talk a lot.
I see.
Like I'm bubbly and like I'll talk to everybody, and it's when I'm quiet that you can tell something's wrong.
example, when you're sad, you don't talk. Yes.
I don't talk as much, and when I do talk, I tend to make like everything I say tends to be like snarky or sarcastic, and it's really hard to get me to open up.
Um, see, you like to drive in a racetrack with your class. I think that makes you happy, right? When you consider that
Mhm.
happiness.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the situation. You wanna take me through it? What exactly happened? How it happened? How you felt inside?
Yeah, so we were doing it okay, so we were doing an interview with somebody who wanted to get a job with us. And then I saw an announcement come across our dispatch that there was going to be a court case. So I told the other officer, I told him, I said, okay, well, I'll go down and work that, and you can just finish this interview. I'm like, you're a sergeant, or I'm like, you're a corporal, you're more than capable. So I did that, and then I went down to the courthouse, and that was a shit show to begin with. Because apparently they didn't know who the all of the defendants were supposed to be. The prosecution didn't have their stuff together, and nobody that was supposed to be there was there or anything. And then all of a sudden we get injured person calls from Bolingbrook, and there's people trying to break in, trying to break out, all this kind of stuff. So I said, screw this, I'm going up to Bolingbrook because that's where my priorities or are supposed to be, I should say. So I went
Mm-hmm.
all the way up there, and then everybody, all of the, or I think there were three, yeah, there were three guys total that were trying to break out, and they apprehended two of them, but then the third one was just being an absolute jerk and talking all this mess to all of us, and got mad because I put him in cuffs and was walking him back inside the gates, and just would not stop shooting his mouth off. And then after I got him medical or whatever, and he was let out of cuffs, he started beating me up, so I hit him with a flashlight in self-defense. And then after we cuffed him again, and he was unshackled so he could still walk or whatever, I was walking out to the front gate, like to where my car was, and
Mm-hmm.
he just followed me and was still talking a bunch of mess. And then that's, I guess, when I lost my cool and pulled my weapon, and yeah, I'm not proud of it. I know I shouldn't have done it. I know it's against everything that our department is about, but I it happened, and like I said, I'm not proud of it. Sure.
You said you pulled out your weapon. What happened after that?
So he was still in cuffs, and I pulled it out. I pulled my weapon out and I aimed it at the inmate, and um he was I guess I actually, you know what? I guess he must have been. I don't really remember clearly. I guess he must have been shackled at the time because the other officer had to get in between us, and um he was standing in the line too, and um I just I kept it aimed at him. I kept it trained on him, and I'm just like, I guess payback was on my mind for all the times I had gotten shot and stabbed and everything inside those walls because of one reason or another that weapons had gotten in there. And like I said, I lost my cool. Again, not proud of it, not, not happy with myself, mad at myself, but, it happened, mistakes were made. I think it was I think it was everything that had built up because I've been feeling frustrated for a long time with a variety of things. And I know I probably should. I mean, I've been trying to I guess I've been trying to nail down somebody from our department for quite some time, but um, all the LEOs in the city have been super busy because we've been kind of not short staffed, but like we've been going through some stuff in all the departments lately. Um, so I haven't really been able to nail anybody down to talk to about it. So like I said, for the last couple weeks, I've been feeling pretty frustrated. So I guess everything kind of just boiled over. And unfortunately, that particular inmate was just, in the line, like in the wrong place at the wrong time. Um, so I do owe him an apology. That's something I would be willing and should be willing to do. Um, if that's something that um, is required of me to do, like I said, I'd be more than willing to do that. Um,
Mhm.
but yeah, like I said, I think it was just, wrong place, wrong time for him. Um, and as far as me, I think it was again just everything boiling over and just came to a head. And I think it needs to be better communication on my part.
Yeah. You know, when you go in these kind of situations, you get stabbed, you get shot, and all these things. I know, like, you're a workaholic, just like me. I'm a workaholic too. But you also need to understand it's not your body that needs rest. Because body wise, you can always feel like, oh, I'm actually fine. I can keep on working 24/7, maybe. Maybe I can just sleep for 8 hours and keep on working again. I don't need a break. I'm fine. But our mind needs some rest sometimes. Just a peace, a quiet time, you know. And after that, if you work, the work that you do after taking a peaceful of time for your mind, it's really different. You see things differently. You see different perspective. You see different people with different mindset, and you start to understand the situations. Understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So my point is back again. Do you have any friends that you go out with? Any relationship you have? It doesn't have to be permanent, like even for a few days, like anything. I'm not gonna
Um,
ask for relation, but I'm just asking friends, relative, family, anyone that you can talk to sometimes.
I don't have a relationship because honestly, all of my friends are in the department and that's against policy. So, but no, I do have friends that I can talk to about it or about things, I should say.
I mean, now you have me from now on. Like, if you ever want to feel like you want to talk about something, you can always give me a call. Always like, hey, whenever you're available, let me know and I'll meet you. We can meet each other. You can always talk to me. And suppose if you don't want to talk, you want to talk to your friends or family because you don't want to talk about certain things. I totally understand that. You can always call your friends, your family, or anyone that you know. You can always talk to them too. But you have
Right.
to make sure that you take your time off from job from time to time. You see, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. That makes sense.
Because the frustration, you said it yourself, it wasn't the only thing because he said something. It was building up. It was frustration that was building up. And the explosion happened because you never actually took off the time for your mind to actually have some peace. It's not the body that needs, if a body needs rest, you're not going to wake up. You're going to be like, hey, I'm going to sleep a little bit more. You're actually going to do that. But with the mind, we actually sometimes ignore what the mind wants, what mind actually needs, and we don't understand sometimes. And sometimes these things happen. You see?
Yeah, that makes 100% sense.
And second thing, you also have to make sure. Remember, you are a cop. You are a warden. It doesn't matter what rank you are. It doesn't matter. You work at DOC. You work at BCSL. You're a cop. You have a badge. You have a responsibility. Responsibility not only towards innocent person who needs your help, but also towards criminals who committed their crimes, who made wrong decisions. They're serving their time. I do understand that they're serving their time because they made wrong decision, but still, you are liable to protect and serve everyone. When you actually say it, that I work as a cop, I work as a DOC, you're supposed to protect and serve everyone, not just civilians who doesn't have record, but also criminals who are already in prison serving their sentence. There'll be criminals who are like really mad about the situation. They'll be calling me out names. They'll be getting under your skin because remember, someone got under their skin too. Someone made them mad too. And also, they made wrong decision. They got caught. They're also mad about that too. They're not gonna be happy about it. But you can't just fight with everyone. That is not your job. If you don't wanna help them, if you don't feel like maybe it's not the job you wanna do. Now you wanna ask yourself a question. You wanna help those people who are mad? Or do you just wanna do a BCSO job like traffic stop or catch those criminals and stuff and not to do anything with them? Because when it comes to DOC, you have to be in there. You have to talk to them. Even though they are criminals, even though they are bad mouthing you, even though they are calling you out with names, they are saying everything they can to get under your skin. But you gotta actually get an answer for yourself. Are you ready for that? Are you ready to deal with something like that? Do you really want to deal with it? Do you want to help people? Do you want? That's the question. Now think about it and answer me.
The vast majority of folks that we have come through aren't a problem. It's just the the small majority that are the issue. Now that you put it that way, I never thought about it that way. So that gives me a new perspective. So, yeah, that's definitely a new outlook and a new way to look at the job I do as warden. So that's gives me a new way to approach what I'm doing in that role.
You said you pulled out your weapon. You were pointing at the person who was in cuff. And not only that, but your colleague actually came in between you and the other person. You point your weapon at him? No.
Briefly, yes.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Suppose you work with other people as a cop and you're working as a cop, even as DOC, you work with other people. Now, this riot going on, I don't know, someone trying to hurt you. You trust your colleagues. You call for backup. You ask for, hey, I need help at this location, right? I mean, you ask for them to actually help you. You ask for backup. That means you trust them. Now, imagine how the person would be feeling when you lost at that moment and you had a weapon pointed at your colleague. How he would be feeling. How, like, imagine you call for backup and your backup is pointing a weapon at you. How would you feel? Be confused? You'll be like, what's going on? Why am I getting in at a gunpoint? Am I like, you're not supposed to help me or something? You're supposed to help me, right? Why you're not helping me? Or suppose someone who's already in a situation like that and you are someone's backup, you arrive at the situation and then that person starts pointing at you, pointing his weapon at you. How would you feel?
Not good. Like, shocked and like wondering what their motive is, or motives are, I should say. Not in that moment, anyway.
Exactly my point. So at that moment, your colleague didn't trust you. He lost that trust at that moment. And he must be thinking, like, this person can shoot me too anytime. So at that time, his life is in danger, criminal's life is in danger, the other person who is already serving his sentence or suspect, should I say? I'm sorry if I'm sorry, I used the word criminal. But yeah, the person who got sentenced. I mean, at that moment, if you would be in that situation, how would you feel?
If I was my colleague,
Yeah. And your colleague will be doing exactly what you did.
I would probably be scared. And I'm sure he was. And like I said, I feel terrible for what I did to him. But I mean, like, I wasn't in my right mind, and I know that. And I'm I'm afraid to reach out to him too, because I know he's gonna be angry with me, and I don't know. I I know what I did was wrong, and
Yes. First of all, you're gonna make sure that you are in a good position first. You gotta take care of yourself, then about other people. Always remember this. You gotta take care of yourself first and make sure that you are in a good position. Only then you can help others. Only then it will be good for the people too. Otherwise, frustration gonna keep on coming back and back again. It's not something that you can get rid of. It's not something that your body gonna tell, oh, my body hurts. I want to take rest. I want to sleep. Your mind is different. You gotta understand when your mind needs rest. And I think this is the time that you need rest. Wrong? Am I right?
yes, that makes sense.
Okay. I don't want you to agree with everything I'm saying, just so we can get back in your work. How about
No,
this?
no, no. I mean, sorry. I don't mean to sound monotone. I'm a little bit
No,
stuffy in my head.
no, it's totally fine. It's totally fine. I'm just saying, you don't have to agree with everything I'm saying. People have different opinions. I understand that. So, how about this? Mm, are you on, like, do you work right now or no? Did they actually let you be on leave right now?
Well, no, this happened around actually in about an hour. It will have been exactly 48 hours ago. And he put me on uh a 72-hour suspension, so I've got about 25 hours of that left.
Hey, okay, fine, fair enough. Well, how about this? We're gonna do some work together. What I want you to do is go out, make some friends. If you can't, that's fine. You can, if you're alone, a person who likes to be alone, you can also go uh, take your class, go on the track, chill, relax, think about the situation, think about what bothers you a lot, you know, think about everything that you can. This is the time where you can actually take a break. You can think about things, right?
I have been doing that quite a bit since Friday. Yes. A mom, a dad, and a brother.
Get together, a dinner, lunch, it can be anything, or hiking, or even fishing, or something, that you do with your family. It can be anything, right?
Yep.
Also, you're gonna understand when you have a badge, you have a weapon, people trust you with their life in that moment, whether DOC or cop, doesn't matter. They do. They'll be with you for the backup and they expect the same from you. You're gonna be with them for their backup. If they trust, make it appear. I do understand that person doesn't want to talk or is not talking. It's okay. You know, let him have his space. Let him be himself. Whenever he's ready, you think you can talk to him. You can always talk to him. Apologize. Or, just let him know I was a mistake. You can talk to him once. You can also talk to the person who was in cuffs. I know he was rude, but still, I think that will be the right thing. Don't you think?
Yeah, I think next time I see him or if I find out what his name is, I'll have to reach out.
That's good.
Not I have to, like, not that it's gonna be mandated, that like I think that I should.
You don't go out. You work a lot. I do understand. Well, what is the thing that you hate, that you didn't like what he said about you? I don't know what he said though. What hit you though? If you don't mind me asking.
Well, for me, at least for me, it's one of three things. I usually get number one, I get that I'm a fake cop because I work DOC when I do actually both. Number 2, I get called every name in the book because I'm a female. So you can imagine the things I hear. And then number 3 is about how much I'm gonna get beaten up and how they're gonna like shoot me when they see me on the street and all this kind of stuff. And it's like no matter what I respond with, I could say I could talk until I'm blue about like I'm not here to mess with you. I'm just here to get you through your sentence. I've tried that route and it's like they don't listen. I'm like, I'm not here to mess with you. I'm like, I'm not here to, make your life miserable. I'm here to get you through your sentence. Like that's my job. And they're not having it. Well, no, but I mean that's otherwise I'm kind of just sitting there like doing nothing. And it is part of our job to shake down the cells once an hour or once every 2 hours I should say. And so we have to be inside the yard to do that. And then a lot of times it's not even us approaching the inmates, it's them coming up and just starting a fight out of nowhere, or somebody just coming up and stabbing us for no reason because they found a shiv in one of the beds, or a lot of times it's literally just that. There's not even a conversation involved half the time.
Do it. If they don't do it, I'm guessing you gotta cuff them or something at least. I'm guessing. I don't know how that works actually, but anyways,
Yeah. Yep,
yeah.
exactly.
So you just do your job. If you feel like they are really rude and stuff, you can always stop talking to them. You just don't listen, no matter whatever they are blabbing. Just ignore whatever they're saying and just, you know, keep on doing your job. And that's it. You just ignore them. Nothing. Yeah. If you will do that, I think that will be actually better. But maybe they'll be mad because you're ignoring them. And they'll be like, wow, I'm talking to you and you're not even listening. I mean, let them be mad. Doesn't matter. Okay. You have to make sure that he's okay. That's your responsibility. You don't have to make sure that if he's mad, his mindset should be okay and stuff like that, right? I mean, you can talk if you want to. If you think you can get through him, sure, you can. But if you don't feel comfortable, if you don't feel safe with him, because the reason he pointed weapon, he pulled out your weapon, you didn't feel safe. I don't know what exactly he said, but something made you unsafe. And if you don't feel safe, you don't feel comfortable, you don't have to talk.
That's true. Yeah. Um
But I do understand the second point that you also want to make them like, it's in your job that you have to talk to them, tell them, or, make them, I don't know, feel okay. Or, I don't know. You said something that we have to talk to them or something. I don't know, like, what do you call, like, make them comfortable there or something? Is it?
really really all we have to do is just make sure that um once we get them up here, we have to just make sure we get them processed and jailed correctly. and then that's really all we have to do. And then obviously if there's a medical emergency, we just have to bring them to the infirmary. But from a DOC perspective, that's literally all we quote unquote have to do. We don't. Oh, you mean, I know what you're talking about. We have to search the cell block once every 2 hours.
That you have to do in the job. I'm saying not to do it. That's all I was trying
Right.
to clear. That's it. So,
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah.
yeah, I'm just making sure that I'm not actually crossing the boundaries and I'm not telling you to not do something. You know, if it's your job, you do your job, and that's it. If you think he gonna make your whole day or make your moment, like make you get, or he gonna get in under your skin, that is the time you gotta pull back. You just gotta make sure that you do your job, correctly, and that's all. And you have to think about yourself at that moment. You don't need to think about him. You have to calm him down or something like that. He'll be fine after 15 minutes. He'll be fine when he's out. He'll be happy and he'll be back with his friends, hanging out with some alcohol, drinking his way, and then robbing another place or something. He'll be happy anyways. In that moment, make sure that it doesn't get you down with you. It doesn't pull you down with you. You don't understand that. Okay? You good?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't hear anything. That's why I was asking, making
Oh,
sure you're
okay.
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 So,
Yeah.
okay. Okay. Fair enough. I mean, you're already on leave right now. So how about
Yeah.
you go out with your vehicle, drive around, do whatever you like. But I'm gonna ask you few more things to do. Suppose when someone is actually trying to get under your skin, what you can do? First you can do is ignore whatever they are saying. Because remember, they are mad at that time. They're gonna say anything to get under your skin. Because they see, oh, they don't care whether it's a DOC, a cop, or he's not the person who actually caught him on the street. They don't care. They see everyone in same thing. They're like, yeah, cops. They see cops and they're like, they mess with them. That's how they are. That's what they're gonna think. So you can ignore them. If you can't ignore, what you can do is if you think you're getting angry, if you think it's actually building up, it's gonna get you mad, you can do one more thing. Start counting from 10, 9, 8, 7, back to 1. See if that helps. That doesn't help. Well, after moments like this, like for example, when you get shot or stabbed, something like this happens, you need to take a break from your work. You need to take a break. Tell them, I'm going to take a leave. Ask them for, I don't know if you have to ask them or not. I don't know about that. Take a break, drive around in your vehicle. And then once you're fine again, you can go back and work again. That is third thing what you can do. Fourth, what I'm gonna say is when that person is talking about, things that get you mad, you can think about things that makes you happy. For example, thinking about racetrack, driving your vehicle around. I think if that makes you happy, you can think about that. And think about, hey, I'm gonna do that after work. It will be amazing, right? You can think about it. Maybe that'll relax you. These are the 4 things you can try. Did you try it?
Yeah, I can definitely try that. That's a good start for sure.
Yeah. So, okay. Well, I hope this is it for today, I would say. Let me see. I have to report the whole session. The higher ranking officer. I have to let them know. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, you get okay, so yeah, so you said you're gonna report back to that would be Major Frost then?
Yes, ma'am. That'll be Major Frost.
Okay.
Yes. I'll be talking to him. I'll be letting him know we spoke. I am gonna let him know that yeah. I mean, you got 72 hours suspension. You still have 25 hours left, right? Or 25 hours or something like that. So
Yeah, I think it like yeah, like I said, I think it's until 9:30 tomorrow night, 9:30 EST.
I'll nice. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. Meanwhile, you can again think about things, drive around, do what you like, spend your time with your family, friends, people who you like, people who you enjoy your time with. Do you still want to talk about things with me? You can always call me, set an appointment, and I'm fine with that. How about that?
Okay. That works for me. That's good to know.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's all. Do you have any questions?
No. That's pretty much it. Thank you for meeting with me and thank you for listening. I appreciate it.
No worries. I'm here for you. Okay?
Okay.
Let's hope we not gonna have a situation like this again, right? You're
Yeah,
gonna
let's
do those exercises, do what I told you to, go, relax, take your time off. That's what I want you to do. And I'm gonna keep
yeah.
asking Mr. Frost about you. If you are taking your time
Okay.
off or not, okay. Remember
Okay.
that.
All right.
Okay. Okay. Well, if you
All
need
right. Sounds good.
anything,
Thank you.
I'm here for you. Do not hesitate to call me or text me or even email. I'm fine with everything. Okay?
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you.
Problem. You have a wonderful evening then. Okay?
You too. Have a good night.
You too. Bye.
Hello?
Free now.
Alright, I
What you
may have
doing?
to take a quick nap.
Like,
Like
uh,
maybe
yeah.
potentially an hour.
Oh, an hour nap. Okay, that's fine. What did you do
Yeah.
meanwhile?
I did like 4 chops, like 4 vehicle scraps and like 3 boosts.
Did I miss those? I'm so sorry. I didn't know you were gonna wake up early. I didn't know that at all. And I set an appointment with the therapist actually, therapist session. So that's why I was busy in that one. I'm sorry.
Oh, how'd that go?
It was good. It was good. Yeah, it was a BCSO actually. So I have to write down in the report and everything, you know. So, yep. Yeah, it
Oh,
was good.
cool. Alright.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I
Well,
couldn't like. Yeah.
I will call you when I get back, or
Yeah, sure. Are you leaving right now?
alright. Yeah, right now.
Okay, sure. I'll queue up and
Alright.
have some contracts saved, so whenever you're back, we can do something, right?
Alright, sounds good.
Okay, sounds good to me.
Alright, see you.
Yep, bye. I have to write down the report now. What am I gonna do that? Oh yeah, I have to queue up. My laptop dongle, queue up, and write down the report. Yep, that's what I'm gonna do.